Welcome to Saathwic Infotech AWS Day-5 series. In our earlier series, like we have been seen about few things, right? Let me quickly explain with the notepad. Okay, we have seen what is AWS. Okay, then we have seen about like how to create an simple EC2. Then we seen about networking components around the EC2. Okay, in today's session, we are going to see about how do we build out a static website. Maybe you can take it as a static or dynamic website or whatever the website using an web server. Basically, we are what we are going to do in this today's session, right? We are going to create an EC2, which is like pretty simple, which you all know. Okay, we are going to learn about user data component in EC2. Okay, which helps us to give your commands throughout the build process. During the creation of EC2 itself, you can install all the required components in that particular EC2. Then we are going to create a small bucket. Okay, uh, add a image to that bucket. Okay, then ensure your website reads that image and show in the website. Okay, these are the things which you are going to see as part of today's session. Okay, let's without further ado, let's get started. Okay, let me go here and launch an EC2 instance. Let me name my EC2 instance as web server. Okay, I'm not going to do anything. Let me select the Red Hat OS. Okay, let's keep everything same. Let me select my old key pair. Okay, being a website, I'm going to enable HTTPS and HTTP because like I'm going to access through my browser. Okay, let me close all these things, right? Okay, great. So again, remaining things are same. One more thing which you are going to learn today is that, okay, earlier, if you remember our day 2 session, I shown you I created a EC2 instance and I have created a Apache web server in that and shown you how to run a small HTML page. So in this video, what I am going to do, I am going to do the similar thing, but I am going to use something like user data section. Okay, what is this user data section? User data is something like, okay, if you know like what you are going to do in your EC2, you can say those instructions in the user data so that as part of your EC2 build itself, it will ensure that those softwares and required things are getting installed. You can do anything with user data. For example, if with our example, right, if I have an website, okay, the code, basically if I have a website code, I can even keep that website code in some other S3 bucket and I can even download and host it in this web server. That can be also done, which we will slowly look into that when you come to AWS CLI and what are those more details on S3 buckets and everything, right? So in this today's session, I'm going to keep the commands very simple. I'm going to install the uh, HTTPD Apache server. Okay, so I'm saying please use bin/bash prompt. Okay, you know, right? So if I want to install HTTPD, first let me do sudo m. Okay, you can use update-y. If you want to update your existing libraries, you can do, but most of the case that will not be required in our case because it's a very latest version which you are using, because that's going to be a brand new server which is getting created. So I'm not going to use. Maybe I will add it for because as a best practice you can even do that, but generally in a new server we don't generally do it. So I am saying install HTTPD. The -y option is that, okay, usually it will prompt you to enter yes or no. We don't want to do that during the course of our server build. So that's why if I give -y, it takes it as an yes as my input. Okay, once m install is going to install your HTTPD software. Once it is installed, you need to enable, start it and enable. Okay, so sudo systemctl start HTTPD sudo systemctl enable HTTPD. Okay, with these four commands, my web server will get installed, means that Apache web server will get installed. So you can look at this, okay, after I launch my instance, right? So let me launch my instance. I will show you how it's working now. Maybe it may take couple of minutes, because there are few important points with respect to user data which you guys really need to understand. Okay, how it's all working behind the scene, right? So always we are very much interested to understand how things working behind the scene, so that we will know, or we will understand how to answer the interviewer questions. If you know completely, then only you can able to answer the interviewer's question if it's been asked related to the EC2 or user data component, right? So it's still in pending state. Let's see. It will take a couple of seconds time, because like we are installing some softwares, right? So that will take time. So let me go with the public IP address. Hope you guys are aware now, like what is private IP address, now these are getting generated, how it's are getting assigned, what is VPC, what is CIDR block, how to calculate the available host in the particular CIDR block. If you guys are really not sure, please watch our earlier videos where I have explained completely about that. Okay, so let me open my mobile extern. So let me create a new session, SSH. So this is my public IP. So our username will be always EC2-user. So advanced SSH setting, I am going to add my private key. My private key, yeah, here it is. Let me connect to that. Yes. Okay, clear. Let us validate if HTTPD is running. Okay, probably it might be doing something. Let me check that what's it doing. SFTP server. Yeah, basically it's doing M update. It's still working on it. Okay, still the process is getting executed. Let's wait for a few more minutes. So basically it has to complete this installation, because still it's getting installed. So it will take some couple of minutes. See, it says, right, it's updating all these things. Let's wait till it get completed. Okay, looks like the AMI whatever we are using has lot of like outdated packages. Probably it's updating everything. You can see, right, it's updating, upgrading, so it does many things. So M update, so that's what it's taking time now. Let's wait. Yes, still it's doing. Okay, it's still working on it. Okay, still update is happening. This should get completed. So this is basically, you can see this also, right? This is a log file which we can use to validate. There are two log files will be there. So if you want to understand CD, meanwhile I will explain that part, so that so in CD var/log you will see basically two logs. One is like cloud init and cloud output. Okay, the cloud init log will say about like what are the things happen. So it says like whether it's installed SC Linux, basically it's all like server setup, how your EC2 is getting created. If you want to really understand too much of it, you will have all these details here. Even you will see like the yum comments also will be displayed here. Somewhere yum running yum update. Okay, it's not there. So basically it will show all our comments. It's still yet to update. It will get it added here. Okay, it's still going on. You will see all our comments, whatever comments you are given, everything will be also added here. And also you will see, so now we have given something in user data, right? So whatever we added in the user data, all those scripts will be also copied to the server so that it get executed. So you need to understand whatever the things you are giving in the user data, it's all will be getting created as a script. So where those script you can see where lib cloud, under that you will see something like instances, or you can use instance, whatever is you use, it's fine. Underneath you will see some scripts. You will see user data.txt, right? So user data.txt is nothing but a script. So sudo vi, you will see the command whatever I have given. I have given like sudo yum update -y yum install -y httpd system start. So now it started you executing this script in which yum update is happening. So once this script completed successfully, you will see our website up and running in this particular server. Basically our web server will be up and running. Let's wait for some more time. Grep httpd, no, it's still doing. Okay, yeah, you see right now cloud init got updated. So still it's doing something. Let's wait. Yeah, so it's installed all this app as per of the update. It's installed all this. I see httpd got installed, everything. Let's see. Guys, hope you are able to understand, right? So basically, if you look at when I was checking earlier, maybe if you can scroll through. Yeah, if you look at this particular timestamp, cloud init was like 153768. Okay. If you scroll down, it got updated to the recent timestamp. One second. There was, yeah. If you see, it's like increased. Means that the logs are getting updated and the process is happening behind the scene. Let's check now. Grep httpd. Great. So now if you look at our httpd web server got installed. Let's first validate before we even start our process, right? So how do we validate? Let me copy this public IP address. So go here. If you put http, yep. So by default, Red Hat Enterprise Linux test page will open when you use httpd server. So what I am going to do, I am going to add my custom website. So where do I add? So if you go to cd /var/www, if you guys are aware how the web server httpd works, httpd will store all the files in this particular location which I have shown in my earlier videos also. So underneath you have to go to cd html and you need to add this file. So because this file system, right, if you look at the files, okay, let me come back. If you look at this file system, all these folders are owned by root. So either I need to use Apache as a user and log in as Apache and do all these changes, or what I will do, I will recursively change the permission of this folder so that EC2 user can place the file. Okay, sudo chmod -r 777 html, so that I am giving 777 permission to this HTML directory because I don't want to waste our time in changing the user or creating a new user and all, right. So let's understand the concept, that's more important. So now I have changed the permission. So cd html cd, okay, that's it. Oh man, oh sorry, I need to do from www, or else it won't allow. chmod 777 www. Okay. Oh, mod 777 www. Okay, great. So now I have changed the permission of www directory and the HTML directory. Why? Because I want to place our website for files there as EC2 user. So it won't allow me until I give this 777 permission. Okay, if you are really not aware like what is 777 and why I am giving all this permission, you can refer to our Unix lecture where I have detailed explain about all this permission and other things. Okay, now so how do I put the files in mobile XTM? So I will come here where www html. So I came into the directory. There are no files present as of now. So I am going to upload a zip file. So okay, I have Organi Master. So Organi Master is a website template. Okay, basically I have downloaded it from internet. Okay, okay, and let me open that. Okay, let's wait for a few more minutes to get that upload. You can see this is the beauty of mobile XM. That's why I love to use this. This is again a free version which I am using. Okay, let me go to where www.html. Okay, now why pwd, where did it got uploaded then? 1 second. Okay, something has got okay, it did not change to EC2 user. It got uploaded directly here. Sorry guys, let me do that again. Or maybe you guys see right, the file got uploaded to EC2 user. Basically it has to upload here. I maybe it did not navigate. Basically it's my bad. That's fine. Let me copy the file from homes, maybe sudo copy from home slash EC2. Maybe I will move that file. I don't want to hold the space there. Home slash EC2 hyphen user slash star.zip to this directory. Okay, great. Okay, so now we got our zip file here. So we need to unzip this file. So basically I don't think so unzip will exist by default. So let me install that too. Sudo yum install unzip. Yes. Okay, so unzip also install. Let me try to unzip this file here. Unzip this one. Okay, great. Okay, now I have a folder. Now what I will do, let me try to open this up here. Okay, great. So now if you see, I have a wonderful website which is getting hosted from my EC2 machine. Okay, basically it's a static because like I am going to why I have selected. Let me explain you the reason why I am selected this website, right? So as we move forward, I will be using this particular website to enhance few things. Okay, to show you like how the microservices works and everything. So that's the reason like I picked up this particular website for example. Okay, now what I am going to do, Kumar, you mentioned that you are going to use the images from S3. Yes, let's do that now, right? So if I want to use an images from S3, what should we need? I need to create an S3 bucket. Let me go to S3 bucket. Okay, probably okay to give you the information, right? What is S3 bucket? Basically, S3 bucket is an object store. Okay, where you can store all your file-based objects. Okay, for now, anyhow, like in our upcoming session, we have a dedicated session for S3 bucket. Okay, meanwhile, whatever you can understand, this fine. Don't get confused with S3 buckets. Okay, so basically, the bucket name should be unique. So I'm going to give like okay, Organi Master, whatever is the website name, right? So I will give this as my bucket name, just to ensure that we keep it unique. Okay. See, if you see the bucket is region specific. If you remember our yesterday session, it's region specific, not zone specific. So it's a region specific. Okay, I am not going to do anything. For now, I am going to allow all the public access for now. Because like we will see all these details in later sessions when we speak about S3. Okay, great. Let me create this bucket. What happened? That's fine. I'm acknowledging it. I'm okay with that. Okay, great. So I have a bucket called organi master. Now I am going to upload this file. Okay, what file I need? Basically, I am going to upload one file for testing purpose and show you. I am not going to. The file is nothing but organi master. See, this is the unzipped file, right? Because I have unzipped this old zip file here also. So I am going to select the banner file, the index file. So basically, this file I am going to replace. One second, where is that? Okay. Okay, I am going to replace this particular file from S3. So for now, this file is coming from the server. If you go and view page source, Control F banner, it's coming from the local image banner. Okay, but I don't want it from here. I want this to come from S3. So I will be changing this image. Okay, basically this image. I'm going to change this image to come from S3. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Let's see how it works. So let me add a file. So this is a file which is for that hero. Let me upload it. See, if you guys want to understand how that file I have selected, you need to know like how the structure works. Images, hero is that. If I open this file, you will see that image. Okay, basically this is a particular image which I am going to load into S3, which I have loaded into S3 and which I am going to use in my website. Okay, great. So basically you will have one question now, right? So it's got uploaded. So you will say see that image here. So now you will have a question. Kumar, I have added to my bucket. How do my website access it? Because like S3, you have logged in here. So it needs all the login credentials and everything to get access, right? But in order to avoid those things for our testing, I'm just going to create share with pre-signed URL. Basically what happens is this will allow someone to use this particular object in this bucket for certain period of time. So I am going to give this for 1 hour. So for 1 hour, whatever the URL which I am generating now will work. So I am create pre-signed URL. Okay, now it says a pre-signed URL for banner.dpg has been created and copied to your clipboard. It means that it created a URL with all the identity things. Okay, all these things you will understand when we take IAM. Okay, in AWS. Okay, for now you understand it has given us some URL to access that particular image. Okay, which is there in our S3. So let me copy this. Okay, now what should I do? I need to update my code which is in the organi master. So view, what has happened? Bear with me guys, looks like it got hung or something. Maybe something is killing the memory of the instance, which is very less. Yeah, looks like it got disconnected. Because we don't have that much memory, but I am just trying to use as much as I can. Sudo -i cd/var/www/html cd organi, right? Organi. Okay. So let's say if ltr. So basically we know HTML will run from index.html. That's the default page. I'm going to open that page. I'm going to search for a banner. So this is the image which I was referring, right? So I'm going to remove this image. In the place of this image, I'm going to put the S3. Oh, so nothing copied. Okay, fine. No. Okay, I copied the pre-signed URL again. I'm going to paste it here. So this is a URL for that particular image which has been given by AWS. Okay, let me save this file. Okay, so you know, right? Before in this template, this image was pointing. Let's view the page source. Control F banner. Go to the first one. So earlier this image was coming from JPG. You can check the line number 218. Okay, now if I do a refresh, this image will come from S3. Okay, let's view the page source. Let's go to the line number 218. If you look at the 218, now it says organimaster.s3.us eastamazon.com banner.jpg, and it has all the credentials details. Okay, so this is one easiest way to use the object from S3, but there is a specific way to use the object from the S3 using your server side scripting. Okay, you have to pass your credentials to your server side script, and then you need to read the bucket things, and then you have to pass that particular image to your front end script. So for which you guys should be like very well aware of your server side scripting and everything, right? So that's why like I don't want to make it much complex. I want to show you like how do you call a value or a object from an S3 bucket. Okay, hope you guys understand. So okay, to recall with, right? So whatever things we have seen today, we have created an EC2. We know now what is user data. User data is something like you give the actions which needs to be performed along with your EC2 creation. So that's called as user data. Most of your as a DevOps guys, right, you will be dealing with user data most of the time, because like when you want to spin up any EC2 instances, or whenever you do a rehydration of your EC2 instances, okay, whenever you do patching, maybe whatever the way you guys call it as, right, because AWS releases this AMI month and month. So every month you need to delete the EC2 and recreate it again. So during that process, in order to build or bring the server in the same state, you will put all these details in user data. So user data is one of the very important thing which you need to know in EC2. So which you have learned, and you have learned also how to install HTTPD server using user data. So that's what we learned. After that, what we learned, we have learned where do you check the logs, where do you check that cloud init log, cloud init output log. Okay, and also you checked where do you see your instance data, basically like your user data code. Okay, you have understood about user data logging, and as well as like where do you see that particular code in the server. So for example, let me also reiterate, right, your user data scripts will be like where lib cloud, under that instance. Okay, underneath you will have like a user data.txt. So this is where like you have that whatever the user data you given in EC2 will get stored here and then get executed once your EC2 has been created. Okay, secondly, your log path, right, cd, maybe it should like where slash log, where you have two logs, right, cloud init.log, cloud init output.log. So these two paths you should remember, because if you want to debug anything, for example you given something on the user data which is not working, so these logs will going to help you to debug this. Okay, and it's going to be an important interview question when you work for a DevOps interviews. Okay, then what we did, we took a web page creation template from online and we hosted that in our EC2, and we have seen like how to access it from the web console. Then we created a bucket, loaded a file, image file to the S3 bucket, and then we have retrieved that using my website. So in my website, I made that file accessible using the pre-signed URL. Okay, there are multiple ways to do that, but the one of the way which I chosen for today's demo is a pre-signed URL, which is going to be valid for just 1 hour. Okay, and then we have validated whether my website is like picking up the latest file from S3, and it was perfectly picking it up. Okay, so I think we are covered as part of this today's session. Okay, if you guys have any comments to me like, okay Kumar, you need to improve certain things, or you need to cover this much aspect, or I am looking at this particular topic, feel free to comment in your comment section so that I will able to improve myself and give you the better content. Thanks for watching.